Hey guys, welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am your host, Theresa Cesare, and you are tuned into episode 21. Welcome to my show. If you have been on the Heart to Talk listening journey from the beginning, yay, and thank you. And if you are new, welcome. Doesn't matter how you landed here. I honor all of you for your time to tune in. Again, I am just deeply grateful you made it here. My intention for Heart to Talk, the podcast, is to link and build a community to be inspired by each other. I also want it to be a place where you receive transformational ideas and wisdom. Now, I do this by bringing on guests that share an area of expertise, their personal life stories, and others who come on and share the things that they are doing out in the world to make an impact. In addition to bringing on incredible and inspiring guests, I'm now going to integrate me coming on the podcast by myself, where I deliver personal transformational messages to all of you. So let's get started. Hey loves, let me introduce you to me, the Affirmation Babe. I almost like to call it my superhero name because affirmations are a superpower. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. But as many of you know, it really has become my life's mission to spread wisdom and help people live a life that they love by creating habits and inner changes that empower them. And one of my signature methods is creating and applying affirmations. It is a superpower, and it is actually super simple. Repeating them over and over again helps rewire your brain so that you begin to change and take charge of your thoughts, ultimately empowering you with the capabilities to create a life you love. Affirmation Babe and creating affirmations for myself was birthed from just personal experience. Now, I don't know if any of you ever felt this way or are feeling like this now or know somebody that feels this way, but there was a time where I felt drained. I couldn't wait to go to bed and I just didn't want to wake up. I didn't have the vocabulary or even the awareness to even realize that I was suffering and I was living life the wrong way. My thoughts were pretty much all negative about myself and how I saw the world. I came from a place of fear rather than faith. I always would compare myself, my body, my skin, and it just got worse as my kids got older. As I reflect and look back, I always carried those beliefs about myself. I mean, really, it was pretty much normal. Whenever someone would give me a compliment, wow, you look great, I would say, oh no, I'm tired. Or I love your shirt. Oh, I've had this for like 10 years. It was never like, thank you. So I was focused on just the negativity and not honoring anything good. It never dawned on me that you could actually really like yourself and that when someone gives you a compliment, that it's okay to say thank you. I think we feel bad to celebrate our successes, to celebrate our beauty. So if there's one thing any of you can take away from that portion of what I have said so far, just say thank you and honor your successes, honor your own beauty. You are allowed to celebrate yourself. It is okay. But continuing on to how I became the Affirmation Babe. Again, it's all about reflection. And as I look back, one of the most proudest, most incredible times of my life was when I got the opportunity, really the miracle of becoming a mother. Becoming a mother was like euphoric. To experience holding a newborn in my arms and to be able to nurse my babies, I felt like I almost floated into this heavenly state. And it was incredible because all of it, I realized, gave me validation. I was needed, I was important, and my life mattered because I am a mother. Now, I want to ask you, do you feel validated, important, and needed just on your own? Or because you are a mother, because you are a husband, or a boyfriend, or a girlfriend? Or that you have gotten this promotion, this dream job. Now, it is a gift and healthy and amazing to feel good to be those things, but it's different when you only live for those. When you make being a wife, when you make being a mother be the one thing that gives you life force, it actually works against you because partners change, children grow up and move out. And if along those titles we have, duties, relationships, if we are not living our own truth in our own lives, loving what we do, we're not growing and evolving alongside. So we're going to feel depleted when change comes. We're going to be feeling victimized by relationships and circumstances. So here are a few affirmations if you feel like you need some support in this area. I love and value myself. I matter. I am worthy. I accept that people evolve and change. I am open to change. I know that change is inevitable. I surrender trying to control life. So those are just a few of some incredible affirmations you can use in regards to that area. So moving on, as I mentioned, being a mother is one of the most incredible gifts that I could have in this lifetime. But I didn't realize how much it distracted me from things I was lying to myself about. What things weren't healthy? What parts of my relationships with people weren't healthy? And as my kids got older, I started to then look to be distracted in other ways. You know, going out with the friends more, going mom trips, girls trips, wearing lots of makeup to cover up my sadness, having lots of wine, just finding any way to escape. And what happens is you could only escape and run away for so long. And whatever you're thinking, you can only hide for so long. Because ultimately, what's going on in your inner world gets reflected on your outer world. And that's what ended up happening. Making choices and in situations that weren't of my highest good catapulted me to fall on my face, literally. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me, falling on my face. It was a gift because there's only one way you can go is back up unless you stay on the ground. And to get back up, I started to use my affirmations. It was the first thing I did. I would get up and scared, feeling the shame and guilt. I just started with, I love and forgive myself. Every day I'm getting better and better. I'm guided and protected. Those were my first three. Because once you get out of feeling scared, shame, regret, those are the lowest vibes. So if any of you out there, is that what you feel? That needs to be where you start first. Before you start dieting and getting the body of your dreams, the career, the love of your life, you have to get yourself into a higher frequency. And then you can level up on your affirmations. So start with where the biggest need is. And it's extremely powerful if every day one of your affirmations, especially before bed, is to forgive yourself. for the things you think you did wrong, thought wrong, and release them, and also to forgive others. Every day I forgive myself for blank. I forgive blank for. So again, my beautiful friends, listeners, all of you, as you know, the intention of this episode was to introduce to you this other part of me, another identity that I love to carry, in addition to being Theresa Cesare, host of Heart to Talk, the podcast, or mommy, or sister, or daughter. I learned that it's not about finding who we are, but creating who we want to be. So I invite all of you all to look at your life, and you don't need to find yourself, but rather create yourself. And you can start with affirmations. So let's collectively empower ourselves by affirming life in our favor. And I must remind you that when you choose to make these incredible changes by changing your mind, the world doesn't necessarily radically change. You're just taking radical responsibility. And it doesn't mean that even maybe circumstances change that quickly. But the power and miracles are found in what you believe and your perceptions. Thank you all again for tuning into this episode. I hope you enjoyed meeting me, the Affirmation Babe. Remember to hit subscribe and tell all your friends about this podcast. You may also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. If you are interested in working with me on creating your own personalized affirmations, feel free to reach me on any of the social media platforms I mentioned, or my website, where you can actually access my calendar at www.theresacesare.com. Otherwise, friends, I'll be back in 2 weeks.